I was once standing in front of my laptop, one email draft open. Should I send it? Rewrite it? Delete it? 30 minutes passed, and nothing moved except my pulse. That's overthinking, the mind sprinting in circles while life stands still. You know the feeling. The thoughts stack. What if I fail? What if they reject me? What if I choose wrong? Your brain calls it protection, but it isn't safety. It's prison. Here's the truth. Overthinking doesn't happen because you lack answers. It happens because you lack a system. One simple first move can break the loop instantly. Not endless journaling, not thinking positive. One move. And when you master it, the same mind that once caged you becomes the mind that frees you. Stay with me, because before this video ends, you'll have a weapon against overthinking that works in real time. Still.
Here's the truth. Overthinking isn't random. It's your brain doing its job, just in overdrive. Your nervous system is built to protect you. When it senses uncertainty, it spins through outcomes. What if this happens? What if that happens? It's threat prediction. And in the ancient world, that kept you alive. But today, there are no lions in the bushes, just emails, deadlines, choices, and your brain treats them all like predators. Science calls this the default mode network, your brain's idle loop. When it locks onto a worry, you get stuck in rumination. Seneca saw it centuries ago. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Think about it. Most of your pain doesn't come from what happens. It comes from the movie in your head, a movie that never ends. I once coached a student who replayed one decision for weeks. He had 2 job offers. Every day he built flowcharts of pros and cons. By the time he chose, one offer was gone. That's the cost of the loop. But here's the pivot. Loops can be broken. And the way out isn't thinking less. It's making one precise move that forces the system to reset. Move.
Here's the paradox of overthinking. The harder you try to think your way out, the deeper the spiral pulls you in. The exit isn't more thought, it's action. But not any action, the first action. Here's the system. 1 breath, 1 move. Step 1, 1 breath. Sharp inhale through your nose, slow exhale through your mouth. That single breath slows the survival circuit, gives you 1 second of command. Step 2, 1 move. Pick the smallest step in front of you. Not the full project, not the perfect solution, just the next move. Write 1 word, send 1 line, stand up, walk, act. Why does this work? Because action resets the brain. Neuroscience shows it lowers amygdala alarms and reignites your prefrontal cortex, the part of you built for clarity. Your mind can't spiral and move at the same time. Once your body acts, the loop breaks. Marcus Aurelius said it straight. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Modern translation? Stop rehearsing, start moving. So when you feel the spiral take hold, don't fight thoughts. Anchor in action. 1 breath, 1 move. Act. At the heart of overthinking is one illusion, that if you think enough, you can control the outcome. That's the trap. You replay conversations, you map every failure, you predict every detail, but in chasing control, you lose clarity. Here's the reframe. Overthinking isn't too much thought. It's thought aimed in the wrong direction. You're trying to control what isn't yours, the future, the reaction, the result. The Stoics drew the line centuries ago. They called it the dichotomy of control. Focus only on what is yours to command. Release what isn't. Modern neuroscience agrees. Labeling what's outside your control lowers amygdala activity and frees your working memory for action. So shift the question, not what will happen, but what's my next move? Not what if they reject me, but what's within my reach right now? When you stop demanding control, you gain clarity. Clarity to see the path, clarity to act, clarity to move. Your mind doesn't need to predict the future. It only needs to command the present. Command.
Here's the shift most people miss. Overthinking isn't weakness. It's unused strength. Your ability to analyze, predict, imagine, that's raw mental horsepower. But untrained, it runs wild. It burns time, focus, energy. The key isn't to silence it. The key is to train it. Here's the system. 1. Translate the loop. When thoughts spin, don't drown. Grab a page. Dump every thought in ink. Now the chaos is outside of you, a thing you can shape. 2. Direct the fire. Choose one theme from that list, not all of it. 1. Turn it into a concrete action. Anger at failure? Practice. Fear of rejection? Prepare. Doubt? Learn. 3. Elevate the cycle. Rumination drags you down. Reflection lifts you up. The difference? Rumination circles problems. Reflection shapes solutions. I worked with a client who spiraled nightly over his startup failing. Instead of fighting the loop, he wrote every what-if on paper. From 20 fears, one theme emerged: lack of marketing. That single clarity turned paralysis into strategy. The Stoics lived this. Epictetus wrote, "Circumstances don't make the man. They only reveal him to himself." Overthinking reveals too. It shows potential energy waiting for direction. Elevate it, and the cage becomes a forge. Forge.
Control isn't built in crisis. It's built in ritual. A warrior doesn't sharpen his blade after the battle starts. He sharpens it every morning. If you want freedom from overthinking, you need a daily reset that trains clarity. Here's the practice. Morning reset. Before thoughts flood in, one cycle of breath, inhale 4, exhale 6. One grounding phrase. Clarity commands the moment. One chosen action for the day. Not 10, just 1. Micro rehearsals. Catch spirals in real time. The second you feel it, deploy one breath, one move. Each rep rewires your loop. Each rep proves you command the moment. Evening debrief. 2 minutes before bed. Ask, where did I act instead of spiral? Where did I get trapped? What will I do differently tomorrow? Write one sentence, lock it in. Your nervous system encodes what you review. Reflection isn't overthinking. Reflection is training. Do this daily, and overthinking doesn't just fade, it dissolves. Your brain learns a new identity, not trapped in loops, but leading with clarity. Lead. Most people live trapped. Think, spiral, freeze, repeat. But that's not you anymore. You now hold the system. One breath, one move to break the loop. Reframe control. Clarity belongs to the present, not the future. Elevate the fire. Turn rumination into reflection. Daily practice. Reset, rehearse, review until clarity is your default. This is how overthinking ends, not by shutting off your mind, but by mastering it. Your mind can be your cage or your command center. The choice begins in a single second. One thought redirected. One move taken. One life led with clarity. Now it's your turn. Comment below with your anchor phrase. Like this if your thoughts have ever stolen a day from you. Share this with someone who needs freedom from the loop. Subscribe for weekly rewiring. No fluff, just fire. Because clarity isn't found, it's forged. And when you forge it daily, your mind no longer commands you. You command it.
This is Vision Vortex, your space where clarity meets transformation. Subscribe now and return each week to sharpen your mind and strengthen your soul.